Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the Prithviraj English Academy. In this video, we are going to continue our chapter number 12. That is what? Ancient Dynasties of the North India. Related to this one, already we completed the first video that is dedicated to the Mauryas and Kushanas. In today's video, this completely dedicated to the two dynasties of North India. One is Guptas and one more is Vardhanas. So first we will come to know about Guptas. Without a delay, let's start the Guptas. In this unit, in this video, we will come to know the achievements of the Samudragupta and Chandragupta II. They both are very famous kings of the Gupta dynasty. And we will come to know in first half the contributions of the Guptas and why their age is going to call it as a golden age. We will come to know. Okay. And along with that we will come to know Fahiana and Huyenstang's visits here and what they have written about the India, that also we will come to know here. And along with that we will come to know the achievement and contributions of the Harsha Vardhana in this video. Okay. Harsha Vardhana belongs to the Vardhanas dynasty. Okay. Now come to the first one, Gupta Empire. Okay. So first we will come to know about the introduction. After the Mauryas, Guptas were built a strong empire in the India. And as it is how the Mauryas have the capital now, same city they have the capital, that is what? Patliputra, today's Patna. Okay, here it is Patliputra, in the Magad means today's Bihar. Okay, the dynasty was going to rule approximately 2 centuries, around 320 to 550. Okay, the most important is already I have mentioned there, Samudragupta, and one more is Chandragupta II. Chandragupta II has the title as a Vikram Aditya. Please remember it. Okay, now come to the Samudragupta, very important and very famous king of the Gupta dynasty. 335 to 375 means approximately 140 years he ruled over the India. So he is known as the Napoleon of the India. Okay, and about him in a Allahabad pillar inscription was going to very detail has written about him, about the Samudragupta. We will get the information about him, and that was going to composed by his court poet. His name is called Hari Sena. Please remember inscription name and the poet also. Poet name is Hari Sena and inscription name is Allahabad inscription, and it is about what? Samudragupta's achievements. He defeated 9 kingdoms, 9 kings of the North India. Okay, this is what? The North India. Okay, then next those rulers are like Afghanistan, especially Kushanas and the Sakas of the Gujarat. Okay, along with that in the south he defeated the 12 kings including the Kanchi. Kanchi means Tamil Nadu. Okay, and he performed the Ashwamedha Yaga, horse sacrifice to mark his conquest, his achievements, military achievements. Here about his coins. Okay, so now come to the contribution of arts and learning of the Samudragupta. He himself is a skilled poet and musician. He has the title as a Kaviraja. He has the title as a Kaviraja. Kavi means poets and Raja means king of the poets. His coins are going to explain about he was playing the veena, and his court included the Buddhist scholars like Vasubandhu as the minister. His reign reflected the power, prosperity and the cultural growth of the Guptas. Okay, now come to the second one is very famous king is Chandragupta II. He has the title as a Vikramaditya from 375 to 415. Approximately on 50 years he was ruled over the Gupta. He is the son of the Samudragupta. Okay. And he defeated the Sakas, okay, of the Gujarat, and ending their 300 years rule in the Gujarat. Okay, Sakas are here, okay, in Gujarat. Okay. The next, he had the title as a Vikramaditya, and he issued the new types of gold coins in his court, and his court has the great poet Kalidasa, okay, and along with that other Navratnas, means totally Nava means 9, Ratnas means gems were there in a Chandragupta's second court. In the among them Kalidasa was very famous. Okay. Now come to the visit of Pahiyana. Pahiyana, a Chinese Buddhist pilgrimage, visited India during his power, whose Chandragupta II, and he recorded his travels in a Go Ko Ki. The book name is called what? Go Ko Ki. Please remember his book name. Okay. Payana is the traveler from the China. He visited to the Chandragupta II court and he written about Chandragupta II, okay, in the book called Go Ko Ki. Okay. Now come to his observations, what exactly he was observed and what the explanation there in the Go Ko Ki is. Law and order were strong, crimes were rare in the Chandragupta II kingdom. First thing. Second thing is that administration was people friendly. Third one is roads and travel were very smooth. Okay, and he collected Buddhist texts and took them to the China also. Okay. Now come to the next, contributions of the Guptas. Okay. Now come to the one by one. Okay. First one is literature and Sanskrit. Okay. In that first one, Sanskrit got developed under the royal patronage, means contributions. Among them, the first one is Kalidasa. He is the great poet and playwright of the Gupta's period. His plays are like Abhidna Shakuntalam. It's a very important play, and along with that, Mal Vikagni Mitra and Vikrama Urvasiya. Okay, these are the great plays. Along with that, poems and epics are Raghuvamsha, Kumara Sambhava, Ritu Samhara and Meghaduta were the great poems of the Kalidasa. Second main poet, a writer of the Guptas was Shudraka. Okay, Shudraka. Okay. The next one is very important is Shudraka. He has written a book as a Mircha Katika. The book name is called Mircha Katika. Okay. After that, Vishaka Datta has written a book Mudra Rakshasa, and Vishnu Sharma has written the Panchatantra. Okay, I hope you may be aware about the Panchatantra. Okay, and last one is Amarasimha. Amarasimha has written a book is Amara Kosha. Nowadays also we are going to using it is as a Sanskrit dictionary. It is Amara Kosha is the Sanskrit dictionary written by the Amara Simha. He was belongs to the Gupta's period. Okay, now come to the along with that Sanchi temple, Dhameka stupa of the Sarnatha and Ajanta cave. These are the contributions of the Guptas. Okay, now come to the second contribution. First one is literature and Sanskrit. Second is architecture and sculptures. Okay. Temples were built on the square plains with sculptums here. Okay. Yes, spectrums. Okay. Now come to the means Garbhagriha and Petroko. Example Sanchi temple. Sanchi temple. Okay. Along with that, this is the oldest temple of the Guptas. Dasavatara temple, Diograha, Vishnu idol is remarkable. Bittaragona temple, it is a brick temple of the Guptas, and stupas are Dhameka stupa at the Sarnatha. It is 128 feet tall. It is 128 feet tall. It is okay. Now move to the next. Their third one contribution is paintings. Ajanta cave of the Maharashtra and Ellora rock cut Buddhist cave temples. Murals on the walls, ceilings depict Buddhist Jataka tales. Famous worldwide beauty, natural colors, and the themes are these are the features of these paintings. Okay, now come to the third one is science, mathematics, and astronomy. Fourth one. Among them, for the science and mathematics and astronomy, main important is Aryabhatta. He belongs to the Patliputra. He wrote a Aryabhatiya, and he explained about the causes of the solar and lunar eclipse, and he contributed to the algebra and trigonometry. Then next come to the Brahma Gupta, made important contribution to the mathematician, and afterwards him Varaha Mihira is well known astronomer. Okay, afterwards him after that it will becomes Metaglory. Iron pillar at the Mahrauli of the Delhi. It is 23 feet tall, 6 tons, over 1500 years old it is. Okay, and along with that, the remarkable for its rust resistance components. A copper Buddha statue at the Nalanda. It is 8 feet tall, shows the advance of their Maltagrai. Okay, now move to the next one. Contribution is medicine. Vaghabhata was there. He was written a book Ashtanga Hrudaya Samhita, a summary of the Charaka Samhita. Ayurveda advanced in a diagnosis and the treatment. Surgery, over 127 surgical instruments are going to use. Indian doctors are there to use mercury as the medicine in the Gupta time. Okay, the key factors to remember here is Gupta rule began 1600 years ago. They known as the golden age of India due to the achievements in art, science, literature, and the economy. Ajanta paintings were rediscovered in the year of 1819 after being hidden for the centuries. Gupta coins are valuable source of history. Administration was efficient, peaceful, and the prosperous. The decline is what like that. Continuous attacks by the Huns weakened the empire. No large standing army rallied on the vassal kings. Vassal means those are ruled under them. Okay, who grew powerful and independent. Decentralization of the administration, officials called the Kumara Amatyas. Temple grants to priests and temples became independent center of the power. Economic decline, collapse of the trade with the western regions means areas. Internal trade restricted, limited mostly to the villages. Patliputra became a small village after some times. Okay, now come to their science. Dhanvantri is the father of Indian medicine. He is a specialist in Ayurveda and he compiled the Ayurvedic dictionary. Okay, he has written the Ayurvedic dictionary. Charaka is the author of the Charaka Samhita, medicine and the pharmacology. Okay, then next will become Susutra. He is a famous surgeon, author of the Susutra Samhita. He explained the surgical techniques and the military medicines. Okay, afterwards him come to the Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta is a mathematician and astronomer's contributions are here the concept of zero, mastery over the algebra, explained the solar lunar eclipses scientifically. First Indian satellite was after his name only, and along with that National Scientific Award named after him only, Aryabhatta. Okay, Varahamihira, astronomer and the astrologer. Okay, works पंच सिद्धांतिका, बृहत संहिता and बृहत jataka. Contribution to the astronomy, astrology, geography and the meteorology. Okay. Now come to the next dynasty is Vardhana, second related to this video. Okay. After the decline of the Guptas, many small kingdoms arose in the North India. The Pushyabhuti dynasty, yeah, Vardhana dynasty. Pushyabhuti is the founder of the Vardhana dynasty. Okay, and he belongs to the Taneshwar. Taneshwar is there. Yeah, it is a modern name of the today's Haryana. Became the most powerful. Most important rulers of this dynasty is Pushyabhuti children's. Okay, first is Prabhakara Vardhana, Rajyavardhana and Harshavardhana. Very famous is Harshavardhana among them. Okay, and is the younger son and most famous of the Vardhana's period. Okay, their kingdom it is. Okay, map of the Harshavardhana time. Okay, now come to the history. Harshavardhana became the king at 16 years old after the tragic family event. Actually, here they have given his father and brother Prabhakara Vardhana died. Brother Rajyavardhana became the king. His sister Rajyasri was married to the Graha Varma of the Maukeri dynasty of Kanauj. Graha Varma was killed by the Malwa king and Rajyasri was imprisoned by the Malwa king. Then Rajyavardhana was going to tried his level best to get back the Rajyasri, but unfortunately killed by the Shashank of the Bengal. Okay. Then in this crisis Harshavardhana became the king of the Vardhanas. Okay. Now come to the military. He able to get back his sister Rajyasri from the Vindhya mountains. Okay, and took over the Maukeri kingdom and made the Kanauj as his capital. Okay, and he defeated the Shashank of the Bengal ruler and extended empire to the Kashmir and the Sindh. Okay, along with that he was means unfortunately he was not going to, he has that to conquer the south, but unfortunately he was defeated by the Pulkeshi II of the Chalukya king on the banks of the Narmada river. Actually he has planned to extend his kingdom to the south, but at that time the strongest king was there in the south from the Karnataka, especially from the Badami. It is Pulkeshi II. Pulkeshi II. Okay, and that battle name is called Narmada battle. Effectively ruled North India for the nearly 40 years. Who is that? Harshavardhana. Okay. Now come to the next. Administration under the Harsha Vardhana is, his council of ministers was there, along with that Maha Sandhi Vigra means negotiator he was. Maha Bala Dikruta is the military general. Bhogapati is the tax officer and Duta was the messenger. Provinces governed by the feudatory chiefs who paid the tribute to the Harshavardhana. Land grants to the priests and the communities. Okay, now come to the literature. Harshavardhana was the scholar, poet, and he was given the more important to the learning. He wrote 3 Sanskrit plays. One is Priyadarshika, Ratnavali, and the Nagananda. Along with that, in his court, Banabhata was there who wrote a book, Harsha Charita. It is a biography of Harsha, and he gave the great contribution to the Nalanda University. It is a great learning center of the Vardhana's period. Okay, here it is Nalanda University. Okay, now come to the religion and the tolerance. Here the born Saivati, yeah, they are going to worship to Shiva, but respect all the religion. They gave importance to the Buddhism, organized the religious assemblies at the Kanauj and Prayag, and known for his religious tolerance and the generosity. Okay, now come to the accounts of the Huensang. Huensang, who have visited to the Harshavardhana's court. He is another famous traveler of the China. Okay, Huensang, and he is the Buddhist pilgrimage visited to India during the Harshavardhana's period. Okay, before 1400 years ago. He lived in India for 15 years, spent time at Nalanda University. He stayed at Harshavardhana's court and praised him as a just and noble ruler. He wrote a book, Siyuki, yeah, in English, Records of the Western Kingdoms. Okay. So his observation here, strong administration according to him of the Harshavardhanas. Okay. Peaceful and prosperous society. Buddhism developed, but other faiths were respected. These are the observation of the Huyenstangs. In his book also he has written. Okay, now come to the Nalanda University. It is located in a present Bihar, famous for over 600 years ago from Gupta's period onwards. Students came from China, Japan and other countries. Had 8 large schools, 3 libraries and thousands of students they came to here. And subjects were like Buddhism, Vedas, Yoga, Medicine, Philosophy, Astronomy, logic, grammar, and it founded by the revenue of 1000 villages. So students got free education, food and shelter. Harshavardhana was very great leader who has contributed towards the development and everything of the Nalanda University. Later it was destroyed by the inventions of the Afghanistan and Turkish. Okay, and it got even the books were going to burnt because of the fire. Okay, here it is Nalanda University's structure. Okay, now come to the key factors to remember. Harsha's capital is Kanauj. Okay, and he defeated by the Pulkeshi II. And Banabhatta's Harsha Charitra will going to give the details about the life of the Harshavardhana because it is a biography of the Harshavardhana. Huyenstang, the book is Siyuki, records the Harsha's rule. Nalanda was a world famous university supported by the Harsha. Harsha ruled for 40 years and maintained unity in the North India. Okay. Now come to the, first we came to know the explanation about these two dynasties. Now come to the question answers of these two dynasties. Okay, in that first one is what, fill in the blanks with the appropriate words. The capital of the Guptas, Patliputra. Yes, next, the Gupta king who had the title as Kaviraja was Samudragupta. The work Mudra Rakshasa was written by the Vishakadatta. Mahakavi who had the title of the Kavi Kulaguru was Kalidasa. Okay, next, second. Answer the following question. Which empire details are there in the pillar inscription of the Allahabad? It is Samudragupta. Okay. Next. Who was the Chinese pilgrimage who visited India during the Gupta period? It is Pahiyana. Pahiyana in the Gupta period and Huyenstang in the Vardhana time. Name any one play of the Kalidasa. It is Abhidna Shakuntalam. Okay, in the Sanskrit. Yeah, Shakuntala also you can write. Okay. Who wrote Murchakatika? Murchakatika was written by the Shudraka. Okay, next. Which dictionary was composed by the Amarasimha? Amara Kosha. Okay, now move to the next. Who was the famous mathematician of the Gupta period? It is none other than Aryabhatta. Okay. Now come to the third main, discuss in group and answer. Describe the achievements of the Samudragupta. Achievements of the Samudragupta are, he is known as the Napoleon of the India. Okay. He promoted the ashram as a sacrifice of the horses. Okay. Okay. He extended Gupta Empire through the military campaigns in the north and south. He was given the contribution to the art, literature and music. He has his Allahabad inscription, pillar inscription. We are going to talk about much more about Samudragupta only, and that was composed by the Harisena. Okay, now move to the next. Explain the contributions of the Guptas to the Sanskrit literature. It is contributions. First one is age of the Gupta's age is known as was gold age of the Sanskrit literature. Kalidasa wrote the famous works like Sakuntala, Meghaduta, Raghuvamsha, Vishakadatta's Mudra Rakshasa, Sudraka's Muchakatika, Amarasimha's Amarakosha. These are the main works written by these two poets. Now come to the fourth main, match the following. The list of match the following. Match the list of list A with B. Okay. Kaviraja Marga, sorry, Kaviraja, this title has by the Samudragupta. Vikramaditya, the title has by the Chandragupta second, means D. Okay. Payana has written a book, Go Ko Ki. Okay. Next, Mahurali, it is a iron pillar, and Varahamira is the astronomer. Okay, here it is the answers. Okay, now come to the second related to the what Vardhanas. Okay, the question answers. The Chinese tourist who was very close to the Harshavardhana was Huenztang. Huenztang's travelogue was Siyuki, a records of the Western world. Nalanda University was in a present Bihar state. Harshavardhana was defeated on the banks of the river Narmada by the king Pulkeshi II of the Chalukyas. Answer the following questions in brief. Okay. Name the Harshavardhana's elder brother and younger sister. Elder brother is Rajyavardhana and younger sister is Rajyashri. Which was the capital of the Harshavardhana? Kanauj was the capital. Who wrote the Harsha Charitra? It is Banabhata. Okay, next. Mention the plays written by the Harshavardhana. Ratnavali, Nagananda and the Priyadarshika were the plays written by the Harshavardhana. Which is the most famous ancient Indian university and where? It is none other than Nalanda University and it is located at present in the Bihar state. So I hope you understood both explanation and question answers of this lesson. If you have any doubt, any suggestion, then please comment and subscribe the channel and like the video and share this video among your friends. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka. Thank you so much for watching this.